If your company is in the market for a new phone system, especially if you're a medium to large size company, you're probably moving off an on-prem system and you're probably looking at cloud phone systems. Am I right? Well, one of the questions you probably have moving from an on-prem system to a cloud phone system is, are cloud phone systems reliable? Is the call quality really good on cloud phone systems, especially for a good-sized company? That's not something you want to do, is install a phone system that's going to have bad call quality and you're going to have tons of complaints coming in and the CEO coming in saying, hey, what did we just do? Well, I'm going to answer that question in this video. My name is Mike Smith. I'm the president of AeroCom. Let's put our heads together on this. But first, if you'd like my recommendation on the best cloud business phone systems your medium to large size company should be quoting, reach out and contact me. Send me an email, give me a call. I'm a broker for all the major cloud phone systems out there. I represent over 300-400 different cloud business phone systems, and I will help you make a lot better decision in a fraction of the time. Send me an email, give me a call. I'd love to help you. It's the reason why I do these videos. If you like the video, it's a nice way to say thank you. Just reach out and ask me for a quote. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my weekly videos that I put out. And if you like the video, hit the like button, ring the bell, and leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Well, when it comes to call quality with cloud business phone systems, a lot's changed over the years. So I've been in the industry since 1999. And to tell you a little story about call quality and my experience with cloud phone systems, I worked for a company in 1999 that eventually launched a cloud phone system. One of the first ones is probably around 2001. They launched the product. Only one sales rep that I knew of actually sold it, and it didn't go so hot, and they rolled it back. But needless to say, I've been interested or fumbling around with cloud phone systems and selling them for quite a long time, and I've seen the product evolve quite a bit. I purchased the first cloud phone system for our business in 2005. So I was one of the first movers for sure. It was something called COVAD, and it sounds weird saying COVAD nowadays after COVID happened, but there was a company called COVAD that bought a company called GoBeam, and that was one of the first business cloud phone systems out there that was really mass marketed to businesses. So we purchased it. It was a product that we could sell. We tried selling it a lot, and nobody was really buying it. We bought it for our company. We ran it over an SDSL line, if you know what that is, and didn't really have any call quality issues. But the big pitch for us when the service providers would come to us that sold business cloud phone systems is they would say, you should always sell a dedicated T1 line, which was really an MPLS circuit, with every cloud phone system that you sell, because that guarantees great call quality all the time. Without that, you have to send all the calls over the public internet, and over the public internet you get a lot of latency, packet loss, and jitter. They really drilled that into our head. Latency, packet loss, and jitter are the biggest enemy to call quality for cloud business phone systems. So for many years we tried to sell cloud business phone systems with dedicated T1s so that you could get great call quality, and it was a hard sell. A lot of businesses weren't really buying them. They were still sticking to on-prem business phone systems. We sold a little bit of it here and there, but mostly we were still just selling dial tone to businesses and PRIs and SIP trunks and stuff like that. Then I was at a conference in probably 2013, 2014. We had a booth at an expo in Las Vegas for IT professionals, and I started talking to an IT professional, and he told me he was running a cloud phone system over business class cable, and he had about 150 insurance agents in his office, and he didn't have any call quality issues. That literally blew my mind, because for the last 15 years or so, almost 15 years, I had been told, man, if you send business phone calls over the public internet, especially over a broadband connection that's shared with the whole neighborhood, that's going to be a nightmare. You're going to get all kinds of quality issues. Well, he was saying he never had any call quality issues. So that was my first eye-opener that maybe what I was being told wasn't quite the truth. Sure enough, within a few years, I'd say right around 2016 or so, we started selling a lot of cloud phone systems, and we were never selling them with dedicated T1 lines to protect call quality. Sure, there was a lot more bandwidth available than way back when in 2003, 2005, 2001, but still the latency, packet loss, and jitter over the public internet wasn't a big deal. So from that point on, we've been selling cloud phone systems all the time over the public internet. And really, there are definitely some things that you want to do to protect yourself from call quality issues, and I'm going to review those in a minute. But overall, is it safe to have a cloud business phone system running over the public internet? Are you going to have call quality issues? You're not going to have call quality issues. It is absolutely safe for you to do it. In fact, if you have an on-prem system today that has SIP trunks, that's doing the same thing anyway. So you might as well have a cloud business phone system because it's just as reliable as SIP trunks over the public internet. So let me go over some steps though to ensure that you might want to do to ensure you have great call quality at all times. Okay, there are actually 5 mandatory preparations that you should make in order to get ready for a cloud business phone system. So I'm going to review all 5 of these steps right now. Okay, the first category I'm going to talk about is mandatory preparations. So these are things you should absolutely do no matter what size business you are. These are 6 different things you want to do. All right, number 1 is you want to make sure you have a stable internet connection with at least 100K of bandwidth per simultaneous call that's going to be taking place in your office. All right, now when I say stable internet connection, what I'm meaning is just a good, at least broadband internet connection. What I would say is an unstable internet connection is like a faulty DSL line that you have because you can't really get a good business class cable connection at that site. And so you have this DSL line that's really slow. It kind of goes in and out. That's a bad internet connection to run VoIP across. But as long as it's a good broadband internet connection like business class cable or Frontier Fios or AT&T ABF, business fiber, things like that, then you should be fine. Mandatory preparation number 2 is that you should have a backup internet connection, especially at larger sites. So because all of your calls are going to be running over the internet connections go down. That's just what they do. That's the way it's always going to be. You can't rely on your business internet connection always being up in order for your phone system to be up. So if uptime and call quality is really important, get a backup internet connection. Number 3, make sure that SIP ALG is disabled on all of your routers and switches. That's been a VoIP killer since the inception of VoIP. So make sure that is disabled. I don't know why it needs to be disabled. I'm not an IT technician. The fact that it's called SIP is confusing because that's an internet protocol, but just trust me, disable that. Number 4, make sure all of your routers and switches have the latest firmware. Number 5, run traffic shaping on your router so that it prioritizes voice calls over non-priority internet traffic like an employee looking at a live stream of the World Cup. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the optional preparations you might need to make, or at least have these in your back pocket in case you're not getting great call quality when you go to install your business cloud phone system. Number 1 is SD-WAN. SD-WAN is optional because if you're a really small company, SD-WAN might not make a lot of sense, or if calls really aren't that big of a deal in your organization, maybe SD-WAN doesn't make a lot of sense. So I can't put that in the mandatory category, but SD-WAN should be something that you should consider, especially if you have a large company and call quality is really important to the business. I'd recommend using SD-WAN. You can watch my other videos on SD-WAN and how it improves call quality to get more information on that topic. Something else you might want to do is test all of your cables and data jacks to make sure all the pins are working correctly, things like that. So that's kind of one of those things you might want to have in your back pocket in terms of troubleshooting, because if you know a data jack is unreliable today, you're probably going to swap that out. But if everything's working correctly today, there's no way of you really knowing, and going and checking every single cable in the office might be a little bit of overkill. So maybe something you want to have in your back pocket, that could be a source of voice quality issues down the road. So just keep it ready just in case. Another item is you might want to choose a cloud phone system service provider that gives you MOS scores, mean opinion scores, on calls that are taking place. So that's just a call quality rating that service providers can give you in a report. So that's just a nice little tool that IT departments can have to kind of track down call quality issues. So if call quality is a big concern of yours, make sure the service provider you choose does MOS score reporting. You also want to be careful of Wi-Fi connections. So whether it's an employee using a soft phone on a computer that's connected to Wi-Fi, or an employee using a desk phone that you've got a Wi-Fi dongle connected to, Wi-Fi, as we all know, may not be the best way to connect your phone system and run calls over, but it works a lot of times. So it's not to say that it won't work over Wi-Fi, but just something to keep in mind. If you're getting call quality issues from a certain employee, just check that they're not on Wi-Fi. And lastly, you might want to be careful of Bluetooth headsets, or headsets in general. So if there's a call quality issue, just make sure that you replicate the call quality issue over a desk phone or over another employee's phone, not just on a single headset. Maybe swap out a headset, bring in a different headset, because the headset itself could be causing call quality issues, especially if it's a Bluetooth headset. So I hope that video was helpful. If so, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my future videos. And overall, if you'd like my recommendation on the best cloud phone system vendors your company should be quoting, which ones are the most reliable, which ones my customers have had the best experiences with based on your company's requirements, reach out and contact me. Send me an email, give me a call. I'm a broker for all the major cloud phone system vendors out there, and I've been doing this for over 20 years, as you just heard in the video. So I know each provider has a different niche, and based on your company's requirements, I'll pair you up with a provider who's got a great reputation, maybe give you 3 or 4 recommendations. I'll introduce you to the best sales reps to work with at those vendors. I'll oversee a demo for you, and I'll oversee the quoting process. So especially if your company is a mid-size, that's my expertise, like 50 or 100 employees or more, reach out and contact me. Send me an email, give me a call. And on top of all those benefits, the nice thing is your company won't have to pay me a dime. The service providers actually pay me my broker fees. So there's no excuse not to at least give me a call, see what I have to think about what I recommend for your business. I'd love to talk about this stuff with you. Don't hesitate to reach out. All right, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.